to the medical devices. Okay. For example, we have various symbols. So how will you interpret it? Okay. If you have developed some of your customized symbols as well, so you can just map it, how, what's the, I would say, so that everyone can understand it. So the whole lot procedure, you can find it in this symbol development, selection, and validation. Okay.
Mhm.
So it can be like mostly used by manufacturers and regulators to, for validating symbols. For example, if they are developing something, some symbol of their kind.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we have 623 double six as well, IEC. Now, this is a specific, like it specifies a process for a manufacturer to analyze, specify, verify, and validate all the usability of the safety of a medical device. Okay, so wherein if you are building your medical devices, how much it is feasible to use. Okay, is it usable, or it's working properly into the environment. So for auditing these, you have this one. Then you can go for 62304. Now this standard basically deals with life cycle. So whenever you're developing any medical software, okay, now it's basically deals with the software life cycle. So how you'll proceed with it, how you'll audit your software development life cycle. So this will see into 62304. So this was a like whole lot overview from from your field in medical related fields. These are some of the standards that you can see to it as well.
Yeah.
Then we have history of ISO. Okay, let me have some water. Okay, so as I said, in 1996, they had a team and they met in London and they decided to have the organization. So the first publication was in 1996. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So ISO issued their first standard for medical devices. It was ISO 13485 1996. Then they, just revised it. Then we have quality management systems, then medical devices, and every requirements application. So they also had ISO 9001, okay, which was mainly focused on quality systems. Then, yeah, in 1996, they had their ISO 13488 as well. It was like specifying in, I would say, in conjunction with the most of the organizations, okay, with the applications of 9002. Now we have 9001 as well for quality. Now it's been, when you see 900, just I would say keep in mind it's all for quality management. Okay,
Yeah.
it de-
Yeah.
it is dealing with all the quality managements. Then moving forward in 1997, they published like EN 46001 and 46003, which basically specified the additional requirements for quality systems used in manufacturing of medical devices. So if you are manufacturing your medical device, you can have these as well, the additional things that you can deploy. Then in 2003, our ISO had like published the ISO 13485 2003 standard. Okay, so they revised their previous version and it represents the requirements for the quality management system. So the how will you verify or audit the quality of your medical device, then its design, and who is the manufacturer, and how it's been done and carried out. So everything. Now, when this was in effect in 2003, you like it cancelled all the 1996 and the further 13488 versions. Okay. Then lastly, we had a third edition of ISO in 2016, which again cancelled the 2003 version, and now we are here with the 2016 version to learn from. Okay. Yeah. So now being with like what's 13485 we learned in the previous slide as well. So mainly it's for quality management system. Then we have various clauses in it which are requirements. So these are the requirement things if you want to get audited, or if you want to get the certification from ISO, and that all requirements you need to study it, and then when you go for an audit, we can just according to those requirements we can work upon it.
Yeah.
Then we have measure A and B, which is like in correspondence. When you have you like what's the, I would say, mapping for 2003 and 2016. Okay, I would say mappings. Like what were the changes made in 2016 and what was there in 2003, so that if someone has, like if some company has done 2003 versions, now they want to shift to 2016 versions, so you can take the help of these annexures.
Okay.
Then Annexure B, yeah, explains the difference between 2016 of 13485 and 2015 of 9001. So these are just indexes and annexures. You can refer into these. Now, yeah. So now legal conformity is nothing but like in most countries ISO is mandatory, but like it's mandatory but not a legal requirement, but having it, saves you from the legal consequences. Okay, so
Yeah.
since you have your audits done, so you are like making it sure that you are complying with all the laws and regulations there. So it's important to have ISO. So these are some of the regulatory frameworks. Okay, when we come to, I would say, various countries. So in USA you have a Code of Federal Regulation, Canada, and the European Union. So in USA, when medical devices are regulated, they are regulated by FDA, Food and Drug Administration, and the medical devices regulations, the FDA requires to have a quality management system based. Okay, so yeah, so in this, when you say of Title 21, it means the 21 CFR part. Okay, wait a
Mhm.
second, just plug in my charger. Okay, I'm back. Then same for like Canada, they have these I would say directives, so that if when you are dealing with medical devices, so these are some of their frameworks and standards developed by them. Yeah. So like do you have any idea why you will adopt your ISO 13485?
um to what should I say? To get the certification, to get C marked, for example, to have the possibility to be commercialized. Like, no.
Yeah. Yes, yes, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
Okay. So now basically just to have, as I said, commercializing, and you want to enter into your market, you want to launch your medical devices, so you need to have some authority and trust over it. Okay. So that, okay, my device has been ISO certified. So there are like everything which is required, the uh, like legal consequences and every, I would say, precautions and every procedure I have followed very correctly. So you will not just go and tell everyone, right? You will just have a certification and that certification will tell it.
Yeah.
So this is why we need to adopt our ISO. Okay. Now, dealing with quality circle. Okay. Now it's very much important to, understand when you go for an audit, it's important to understand how the organization is working in. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, these were first established in Japan, okay, in 1962, and like it was like a movement which was coordinated by Japanese Union of Scientists and Engineers. So yeah, so this was like a whole of history out there as well. But the major thing behind is, okay, the principle of these quality circles is to contribute to the improvement and development of the enterprises, then to respect humanity, to exercise human capabilities and everything. So whenever you go for an audit, you first understand how people are behaving there and what's their structure of, engaging
Yeah.
with them, so that you can easily adjust into that environment, and then you can move forward with dealing with people. Then characteristics, for example, you need to have some, I would say, apart from auditing, need to have some psychological skills as well. So, for example, you can observe a behavior of a employee, and you can suspect him if said like any of the such kind of behavior, if it's in not providing any of the information. So you can just suspect and have a more in detail information about him as well. For example, pinpointing, then examining, okay, solving areas. So how the people solve the problems there. Now, why we are studying these? To know the psychology and to know the technique behind it. And once you know the process which is going on, you can just have prepared your questions. Okay, in this way, if I ask my questions, I'll get the best answer because they work according to so and so, I'll say, mentality and everything. Understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, total quality management. Now, what's it? Okay. It's nothing but it's an approach. Okay. So, TQM, I would like in future now, I would relate TQM. If I say TQM, it's meaning total quality management. So it's
Mhm.
nothing but an approach, okay, that organizations use to improve their internal processes and increase customer satisfaction. So we'll see, learn about what's the approach and how it is done. But its basically motive is to have your customers satisfied, and even your employees and everything should work in harmony to achieve that. Okay, so if you are like, but obvious if your employees and everything are doing your works properly, so that you can build a better product out there.
Yeah.
Now, TQM is like something that will not happen overnight. Obviously, it's a process. It will take you some years as well to establish a best TQM in your company. Okay, so quality is maintained, everything is being managed, and to implement it, you'll have to work on it. Okay, then that there are some philosophies as well. For example, a company should integrate some this in every department of the company, so that it's like every department should work on to adopt the seven important principles of TQM, and the quality is maintained in throughout the organization. So this is the motive behind it when we speak of quality management. Now let's see how it's done. Now, okay. So you have understanding for like definitions for each and every word here. Now, total means like to everything. Everything should, in everything, wherever you go, your quality should be maintained. Okay, and everyone should be participating and working wherein I would say in harmony to achieve the quality of your product or your services. Now,
Mhm.
quality, when you speak of quality, is nothing but like a degree, okay, or any of the ratings, okay. For example, out of 10, the quality of your product is 9, okay. So now you'll take efforts to make it 10 on 10. So that's your approach right here. Then, obviously, management. So managing things is also important here. Okay, for example, you have a medical device developing or any medical software developing, you'll not give like much, I would say, much work to your manufacturers as well and your engineers as well out there. You have to manage it so that they can also plan accordingly and they can perform their best.
Mhm.
Then yeah, now to integrate all of this, you have TQM, integrative philosophy for like managing everything. Let's see the system model. Now, yeah. So now TQM is basically collection of some principles and techniques. Okay. Then there are some best practices that you follow. Now everything